January 1998. Danny Piener felt 4 puncture marks below his knee. Within seconds, a metallic taste flooded his mouth. He was alone in Kruger National Park. The black mamba that just bit him was already gone. His body was starting to shut down. And what happened next sounds almost too fake to be true. It's midday on a Thursday. Danny Piener is a student tracking white rhinos near the Fabeni tributary, south of Pretorius Cop in Kruger National Park. He's alone, wearing shorts, looking for a place to cross the deep stream. Reeds on his side of the water. Then, a brown flash of movement, a snake disappearing into the reeds. Black mamba, huge. But he keeps walking. A few paces later, burning sensation on the side of his leg, just below the knee. Something feels wrong. He stops. Checks his leg. 4 blue-purple puncture marks. A single drop of blood. The symptoms hit fast. Metallic taste floods his mouth, like sucking on pennies. Pins and needles spread through his fingertips, then his lips. Within minutes, it feels like every single hair on his body is standing on end. Black mamba venom is a neurotoxin. It attacks your nervous system, shutting down muscle function. Without treatment, you've got maybe 20 minutes before respiratory failure. Danny is alone, far from his backy, no medical equipment, just a gun, a knife, and his tracking gear. For a brief moment, he considers the reality. He's probably not going to make it. He thinks about settling under a tree and writing goodbye notes to friends and family. But the will to survive burns stronger. If he dies here, no one will even know where to start looking. He tries cutting open the bite marks with his knife. Barely works. He takes his belt, wraps it around his upper thigh, pulls it tight, tourniquet in place. He scribbles a quick note about what happened, just in case. Leaves everything behind except his gun and compass. Now comes the hardest part. Getting back to the backy. He forces himself to walk slowly, breathe slowly, keep his heart rate down. The faster your heart beats, the faster venom spreads. He's drenched in sweat. His vision starts tunneling as the poison attacks the smaller muscles in his eyes. He reaches the backy, gets in, starts driving. He's navigating fire breaks, rough, uneven terrain. At times, he nearly gets stuck in streams. "I probably planned them," he'd later say. His body is failing, but he keeps moving. Finally, he hits the tourist road. No one around. He keeps driving, symptoms intensifying with every kilometer. Near Shaban Copies, he sees it. The first car. He's doing 130 kilometers per hour, forces them off the road, jumps out shirtless, gun in hand. 2 ladies and a gentleman inside. They must think they're being carjacked by a lunatic. Instead, he collapses. They rush him to Pretorius Culp, ranger station, where Tom Yissel is waiting. Tom calls his wife. "A black mamba has bitten Danny." She panics. Their eldest son is also named Danny. She thinks he means their boy. The doctor in Skukuza says go to Nelsprut. No helicopter available, they have to drive. Tom's friend has a combi. They load Danny in. Police escort around White River. Record time. 2 hours after the bite, he arrives at the hospital. Symptoms have intensified, but he can still talk. He tells the doctors exactly what happened. Black mamba, 4 puncture marks, timeline. They're skeptical. Tell him he'll be monitored carefully. Even his father on the phone tries convincing him it wasn't a black mamba, maybe something less dangerous. Then the doctors remove the tourniquet. His condition collapses instantly. He can't swallow. Speech slurs. He tries telling Tom something critical. Don't switch the machines off. He remembers a snake expert from Magaliesburg who survived a bite, paralyzed, could hear everything. Heard doctors contemplating pulling the plug because they thought he was brain dead. The doctors intubate Danny, put him on a ventilator, briefly knock him out. When he comes to, complete paralysis. He can feel everything, hear everything, see everything, but only when someone lifts his eyelids to check his pupils. Otherwise, darkness. He's restrained to the bed. Sweat pools on the plastic sheeting beneath him. The fan is blowing. He's freezing, can't move, can't speak, can't signal. Hours pass. By 6 p.m., his friend Dewald Keat visits. Dewald leans in, urges him, "If you can hear me, give me any sign." With every ounce of effort, Danny moves his foot. Slightly, Dewald notices. They realize he's not in a coma. He's trapped inside his own body. Slowly, muscle function starts returning as venom molecules flush out of his system. Next morning, his parents arrive. He's still on the ventilator, still partially paralyzed. Being attached to the ventilator with a thick pipe down my throat was the worst part physically, Danny would later say. The tube comes out Saturday. He leaves for Pretoria with his parents on Monday. Here's the kicker. He never received anti-venom, not a single dose. Other than prolonged sweating and purple bite marks that lasted weeks, Danny suffered 0 long-term consequences. First day back in the field, black mamba in the road. A few months later, he tells the story to a friend. That friend gets bitten soon after, doesn't see the snake. But he tells the doctor Danny's story, describes the symptoms exactly. The doctor examines him, recognizes the pattern, and administers anti-venom immediately. Saves his life. Danny believes he survived for specific reasons. The tourniquet was essential. Staying calm and moving slowly kept the venom from spreading faster. He knew snakes, never feared them. But mostly, it wasn't my time to go. He described the experience like dislocating himself from his body, talking to someone else the entire time. An out-of-body survival mechanism. No antagonism toward the black mamba. Snakes don't eat people. I was on my way and cut the snake off from where it wanted to go. Danny Pienaar is now head of scientific services in Kruger National Park. The man who nearly died from a black mamba bite now protects the very ecosystem where it happened. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. Check out more crazy survival stories on the screen and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Until next time, peace.